Effective leadership isn't about doing it all. It's about sustaining yourself so you can serve from a place of strength, clarity, and consistency. As leaders in international schools, we are used to wearing many different hats: visionaries, problem solvers, caretakers, mentors, and sometimes even crisis managers. In our effort to support students, teachers, parents, and the broader school community, we often overlook the critical responsibility, which is taking care of ourselves. So we work in environments that are very dynamic, multicultural, and deeply rewarding. But let's be honest, they can also be high pressure and emotionally demanding. The paradox of leadership is that while we are expected to support the well-being of others, our own well-being is rarely given the same attention. I'm going to invite everyone to think and to reflect silently. How many times have you skipped meals to make it to a meeting? It doesn't matter, a parent meeting or a faculty meeting. How many times have you postponed exercise for a board report or an email? How many times have you pushed through exhaustion because it's just a long day? In our commitment to serve, we began to normalize depletion. But here's the truth. When leaders run on empty, the whole system feels it. When we model burnout, others may follow that path. And when we lead from a place of imbalance, the decisions that we make and the culture that we create reflect that imbalance too. I'd like to share an example based on my true personal story. Over the past 6 months, I found myself literally doing 3 major jobs simultaneously. I was serving as the secondary vice principal, continuing my teaching as the Japanese language teacher, and at the same time stepping into a completely new role, the director of student well-being, a role that didn't exist before, which meant I had to build its foundation from scratch. I was excited, but also overwhelmed. I felt I had to prove myself in each area, meet every need, be everywhere. I felt 24 hours is not enough. I give up my sleep time. I give up my favorite exercise, which is Pilates, just to make sure that no work is left behind before I went to bed. Although I began to notice the signs that I was constantly fatigued, I was quick to react, and I was driving the people around me crazy to get things done. And then it came to a point that I had a breakdown. I remember that day very clearly, June 4th, which is also our sports day at the end of the school year. So I woke up at around 4 a.m. and I finished my work at around 9 p.m. And when I got into my car, I started sobbing and then crying out loudly. It felt like the same only happens in the movies or TV shows, which I used to think is overdramatic. I've never thought it would happen to me one day. So about 10 minutes later, I started calm myself down, and I realized that I was running on fumes. It's not because I wasn't capable of, but because I wasn't caring for myself. So I made a conscious decision. I paused, I asked for help, and I reprioritized. I restructured how I used my time and energy and reminded myself that well-being starts with modeling, not martyrdom. I keep this question in my mind. If I can't take care of my own well-being, how am I going to take care of 1,200 students' well-being next school year? I brought my favorite exercise, Pilates, back to my life, which also, in return, helped me with my sleep. About a week later, I felt more focused, more present, more patient, and most importantly, more aligned with why I took on this work in the first place. And the end of the story is that we wrapped up the school year as a team successfully. We can't support others if we are gasping for air ourselves as the school leaders. Effective leadership isn't about doing it all. It's about sustaining yourself so you can serve from a place of strength, clarity, and consistency. And today, I encourage all of us to pause and reflect. What fills your cup? What habits, people, or exercise bring you calm, peace, and energy? And how can you make those happen for your own sake? Therefore, my pour is, when things going wrong, slow down. Put on your own oxygen mask first. Thank you.